2017 Chevy Cruze TD diesel, the fuel filter housing. Before you do your fuel filter, you're going to want to know that these cars are notorious for snapping the fuel filter housing. I'm not sure what breaks. If it's this mounting tab here, this piece that looks like a pyramid, I'm not sure if that snaps or if the housing cracks or what. But I seen online guys were talking about the housings break off. So what their fix was to use an impact gun and impact it, so you're not, pulling the torque with you. But I mean, that's me being a mechanic. That's kind of a sketchy way of doing that. But I guess, if it works, it works. So I went under the car. I have a rather larger ratchet, and I tried breaking it, naturally, as you should be able to. Was not budging. You can see the thing was flexing hard. Underneath there, I'm not sure, but you might be able to, if you have channel locks that'll fit this, or a pipe wrench rather, that'll fit this, which is probably 4 inches. I don't have that, but if you have that, you might be able to get under there with a second person to hold this while you turn this with a wrench, which this is like, I used a 36 millimeter on this. It was tight. Like, I had to beat it on there. It just barely fits. It almost fits on there. So I tapped it on there because I didn't have anything else that would fit it. But yeah, if you can get under there with somebody and have them hold this housing, it sits on the car. Oh, this is actually upside down. It sits up there just like this. Like, these lines are headed towards the front of the car, I believe. Yeah, so it's just like that. And yeah, if you're able to get somebody to hold like here around to here with pipe wrench, maybe you'll get lucky. I took it off the car because I honestly thought it was going to break no matter what I did, and I wanted to be prepared on how to remove it from the car. That way I could go up and get a new one. I wound up finding this thing laying around, and it was just the right size to get around here and hold this whole thing. And I had somebody else use this ratchet with a breaker bar, a pipe on it, and we were able to spin it free. I mean, I swore this thing was going to break. Just the sounds, it was clicking, clacking, like it was going to snap, and I was able to get it off. Now, I don't know if it's a torque thing, because this says here so many Newton meters or whatever. Yeah, 2.05 Newton meters. I'm going to put this on like very loosely, I guess I can say. And I'm probably going to put never seize around the O-ring to try and help it from seizing up, because this thing's never been off. Car's a 2017. Today's 4th month, 23. And 40,000 miles roughly on the car, and it's now asking for its first fuel filter change. And yeah, this is what I had to deal with. So now to remove this housing, if you would like to remove the housing, let's say you do it, you broke it, now you're watching this video. This is a little locking tab, because mind you, this is the top of it, how you're looking at it, like you're looking at it from underneath in the car. So you have to feel around for this locking tab up here, which is very annoying to get to. I took the fuel lines off first. And you just push on that and it releases it, and then you slide it up and turn it out to get it down out of the car. This thing was a real bitch too. I left this connected. I had the fuel lines off. I had this thing disconnected. I had it hanging there by the harness, and I took a very small flat blade, and I was able to open up the clip from the front side of the pigtail. I was able to open the clip up and push it out with my little screwdriver to get it off. There was no way I was getting that off by hand. It's just, with the angle and whatnot, it just doesn't work unless you got like really, really big hands, strong hands, I should say. But yeah, that's how you get that off. The fuel lines are basically, I guess you could call them quick connects. One here is a little plastic clip that you push up. The other one was a bit weird. I had to play with it. It's kind of like a two-piece thing. Like you pop the lower section of it out, and then the top half, I believe I pushed down on it to release it, and then I was able to, while holding down with the pressure, I pulled it off and it came apart. This one, very simple to take off. This one took a little bit of playing around with to see. It's just because you can't see what's going on up there. It's especially when you're working on your back in your driveway. But that's how you remove the fuel filter housing. And to change your fuel filter, like I said, if yours has never been off, or if maybe GM put it back on and they put it on just as tight as it was from new, you're going to be fighting it, like no matter what. Everything I was reading online says these things are a real bastard bitch. Thankfully, they're only like $6 to $8, I think I was seeing for, said genuine GM online. It wasn't from GM, it's from some other, third party, but that's it. That's how you get this off. I mean, there's another video of a guy changing his fuel filter with the impact gun way. So he'll show you the actual filter replacement, but this is how I had to take this off. I saw there was no other videos. I wanted to post this up there so other guys can see it.